Welcome in and thanks for joining us on 6 Plus. I'm Bailey Bates. Here's what's in the news now. It's been a tough year for the owners of Vape Escapes in Temple as they have been victims of a string of robberies in the last month. 6 News anchor Adriana Alexander spoke to the owners and police about what's been happening.
We have new people all the time that stop in here and know that we're the store that can help them quit smoking. And they stop here all the time just for that reason. We've been broke into 3 times. One was one night we got broke into, the alarm didn't go off. So the very next night they came back and it looked like to be by the cameras 3 teenagers. When they came back the 3rd time, they even hit the brand new window. By camera, they didn't even act like it bothered them about the alarm or the lady over the camera saying the cops are on the way or nothing. He just took his time and took what he wanted of our product.
Shopping.
Yeah, he looked like he was shopping. There's a lot of hardworking people out here that are just making a living. It cost us just this month alone $2,300 in glass, and it cost us over $6,000 in product. We all need to do that, just to keep our eyes open. If you see something, call 911 and don't just look away. Pay attention, because there's a lot of hardworking people out here that are just making a living, and we need to help each other, protect each other.
Supporting our families.
Yes.
Well, tonight, a Central Texas family-owned business is figuring out their next steps after a fire destroyed their livelihood overnight. 6 News reporter Juliana Jackson spoke to an owner of Buckeye Bingo about the devastation to the community staple.
I had a bingo occasion last night. It was complete around 9 o'clock. All the employees and everyone was out of the building by about 9:30. I got a phone call at 11 that the building was on fire. You get to know them and you get to know their family and their history, and it's one big family, and there's a lot of history behind the building itself. Been pretty emotional since it is a family run, and we very personable with our customers, and all the people that work here are like family also.
Behind me stands of what's left of Buckeye Bingo here in Waco. The owners say that this building is more than just a business to them. It's become family to them. Their customers have become family, and now they're wondering when they'll gather next.
Maybe get a temporary location somewhere until we can rebuild or are able to rebuild. Come back bigger and better. Be patient with us. Like I said, we're going to be here. We're not going anywhere. We're not closing up shop.
Meanwhile, Crawford ISD filed for a motion to dismiss a federal lawsuit filed by a family who says their son was severely bullied and harassed for more than 2 years. In the district's motion, they claim that the family's legal reps failed to present any valid claims in their lawsuit. 6 News anchor Adriana Alexander was able to speak to the family's attorney, who says they have all the evidence they need to back their claims.
There's just one after the other one where he's bullied and harassed in the gym locker rooms. He's urinated on. How do I respond to that? I would say that, they're wrong. And we all want our kids to go to school and be healthy and happy and secure. This school district didn't allow this child to get the benefit of, equal access to education that these non-bullied children experienced.
And from here, now that Crawford ISD has sent their response legally, what's next?
Yeah. So, it's a little bit of a legal tit for tat. They filed a motion to dismiss the case, which is rather typical. We file a response to that. We hope and pray this one settles sooner rather than later. We don't think the school should be spending taxpayer money on their attorneys. We think they should be spending their taxpayer money that they've received in trust from the government to help this kid get whole again, get counseling, get the education he needs.
Well, a small town in Central Texas is about to become the recipient of an 80,000 square foot expo center and over $17 billion in investment. Reporter Matt Fernandez hears from developers who foresee big opportunity with the latest big developments.
Taylor, Texas sits in Williamson County, and it's growing quickly. One of the biggest projects, the Samsung semiconductor facility. You can see the construction progress at the plant along FM 973. Set to open next year, bringing a $17 billion investment to the community, more than 2,000 jobs according to city leaders. It's not the only project going on. The county broke ground Monday at the Williamson County Expo Center, just a few miles away.
We just broke ground on a new covered West Arena here at the Expo Center in Taylor. This facility is going to be magnificent to support this complex.
The arena will be nearly 80,000 square feet. Russell Fishback is the Senior Director of the Williamson County Parks and Rec Department.
Support the need for more space. We have about 82 events a year right now at the Expo Center, and we turn a lot of people away just because our calendar is full. And so this will give us the ability to host multiple events as well as larger events.
That includes the county fair and rodeo, which brings in around 13,000 people in October. The new facility is right next to the old arena.
Predominantly agriculture-related events, but we could also do even a concert in there on the dirt floor.
The more than $10 million project is paid for by Williamson County residents through a voter-approved park bond.
As Williamson County grows, the need for public spaces and spots where the public can meet increases as well.
Bull says as they continue to build facilities like this, city, county, and state leaders are trying to keep up with the traffic the growth brings.
To work towards making sure that we have the right roadways in place at the right time. And it's a bit of a balancing act.
FM 973 near Samsung has already seen improvements. The county also working on the East Wilco Highway, which would be a connection between Hutto and Taylor. Bull says the city of Taylor continues to work with the Brazos River Authority to make sure there's enough water supply. Says there's a lot of moving parts, but it's an exciting time in the county.
Investing in our future when we build these facilities and when we build new roads. And that's not just for us, right? I mean, that's for our kids and our grandkids.
Well, here's some exciting news. Waco native and Chicago Bears defensive lineman Andrew Billings is up for a prestige award. He's nominated for the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award, which recognizes his commitment to leaving a positive impact beyond the sport. Billings is a Waco High grad and often returns during off-season. He hosts a free football camp for kids and has an organization called Book and Bikes to promote attendance. He's up against 31 other nominees, and the winner will get $35,000 for charity. Billings has chosen to give that money to Waco ISD. You can vote today and as many times as you want through early January. And you can vote for Billings and learn more about his work to support Waco ISD on our website at kcntv.com. The 78th annual Temple Christmas Parade brought the holiday spirit to life. Hundreds of businesses and organizations, including us here at 6 News, joined in on the fun while others enjoyed the show from the sidelines. 6 News anchor Adriana Alexander takes us to the heart of the festivities.
This is always one of the biggest events. Kind of kicks off the Christmas season in Temple. Super popular, great weather tonight.
enjoy how it brings the whole community out together.
And
yeah,
sing the
and
kids.
yes,
All
yes.
the kids are just screaming, Merry Christmas! And we love it!
We always go every year and it's so fun.
Well, the holiday season has officially arrived. Up next, Chief Meteorologist Matt Farrell has your Weather 101. Thanks for watching In the News. I'm Bailey Bates.
Hello everyone and welcome to another installment of Weather Impact 101. This week we're talking about the often mentioned but seldom understood phenomena called El Nino and La Nina. We're going to talk about how these form and what they mean for our weather here in Central Texas. Now, to talk about El Nino and La Nina, we first have to talk about what are called the trade winds. Now, the trade winds are a semi-permanent band of winds that blow from east to west right around the equator. Now, they're called the trade winds because sailors back in the days of sail would use these winds to propel them from Europe to the New World to buy and trade goods. Now, these trade winds also help to move warmer waters from the equatorial Pacific towards the west. Now, this helps regulate sea surface temperatures through a process called upwelling. Now, in an El Nino year, what happens is sometimes those trade winds will slow down and even reverse direction. So as this happens, this causes warmer than average sea surface temperatures in the equatorial Pacific and in fact pushes those warmer waters towards the coast of South America. This, in fact, is how El Nino got its name. Fishermen in Peru noticed that as these warmer waters were occurring in certain years, the fish were more and more sparse. So, of course, since this happened during the holiday season, they named it El Nino after the Christ child. So, how does all of this affect us here in Central Texas? Well, in order to talk about that, we have to talk about jet streams. We have the subtropical jet stream, and we have the polar jet stream. Now, in an El Nino year, the warmer waters of the Pacific can affect our subtropical jet stream, pushing it further to the south. You can see here moving right over the southern United States and Texas. So since these act as conveyor belts which bring weather systems, that means we get more of these weather systems in an El Nino winter, and that makes for more rain and wetter than usual winter season. So that's an El Nino. What about a La Nina? Well, La Nina is the exact opposite. And in a La Nina year, what happens is those trade winds actually speed up, pushing more of that warm water back towards Asia. That creates cooler than average sea surface temperatures in the equatorial Pacific Ocean. Much like El Nino, this can impact our jet streams, but in this case, what's going to happen is it's actually going to push those jet streams further to the north. So now our conveyor belt is well away from Texas and the southern United States. So what happens is we end up with drier and warmer than average winter seasons. So how often do these occur? Well, it's hard to answer that question. So with this, we have to remember it's a cycle. What happens is we go from El Nino back to normal, back to a La Nina, and back to normal. We can't say with any certainty that these are going to occur every X number of years. Now, as a general rule, we can say they're going to occur roughly every 7 years, but again, this is an irregular cycle, so we cannot say with any certainty when an El Nino or a La Nina is going to pop up, but our rule of thumb is roughly once every 7 years or so. At the time of this filming, it's October 1st, 2024. We're sitting currently at a 71% chance of a La Nina forming throughout the winter. We've already seen several weeks this fall of above average temperatures, and with La Nina expected to form, this pattern could last well into 2025. Well, that does it for this installment of Weather Impact 101. In our next installment, Whitney Huddleston will be talking about all the different types of clouds that you can see. For now, this is Chief Meteorologist Matt Farrell for 6 News.